Since 1911, the legends of racing have made their mark at Indianapolis. What's next? Who's next?
I was the first four-time Indy winner.
I broke the 150-mile-an-hour barrier.
I shattered 200. My quest to be an Indy legend begins today.
And there he is. His quest begins today. It is Greg Ray in car number 1, emblematic of winning the title, which he did last year, the 1999 Indy Racing League champion. Never got into a car until he was 25 years old. 8 years later, he is among the very best, the fastest qualifier, and he'll lead this field of 33 down a straightaway that is 5/8 of a mile long. And into the very first turn, a 2.5-mile track here in Indianapolis, 200 laps. And the crowd is getting ready right now because that roar is about to come up. And the command will be given by the daughter of Tony Holman and the mother of Tony George. And she will be introduced by the public address announcer here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Jim Philippi.
Well, as many as you race fans can see, this is a very, very busy area right now with cameras and mics all in place, waiting for the command to start the running of the 84th Indy 500. And here to give those words is the chairman of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Board, Mrs. Mary Hallman George.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
And the ball goes up. Ladies and gentlemen, and the field begins to warm up those engines. And we'll await the signal that all is ready, and then the pace car takes off. It's a beautiful sight from turn 1 north of the yard.
The 2 ladies and the 31 gentlemen have started their engines. The race is at hand. We go to Jackaroo.
Al, Greg Ray made believe in talismans. Over the years, his now 6-year-old son, Winston, has always given Greg a lucky charm. Last year was a wristwatch that was for Buzz Lightyear. This year, Greg Ray's wife, Winston's mom, went to the store and they picked out a little green rock. Greg carries it in his pocket in the cockpit. It says, "Make it happen." Jerry?
And Chip Ganassi, your driver in the middle of row 1, they call him Wide Open Juan Montoya. Any concerned about the start?
Not at all, Jerry. I mean, he's shown he's a champion last year. He's taken this place no problem. I've said it before. He's as cool as a cucumber at the start.
Is this place as special as you remember it, Chip, 5 years ago?
Without a doubt. Listen to that crowd. It's very special.
Lots of excitement. Vince Welch.
Sarah Fisher has 3 main goals today. Finish on the lead lap. Stay on the lead lap. Make sure you go the distance. And the third one, clean pit stops. If her team has the clean pit stops, finishes on the lead lap, and of course finishes the race, she believes it's a top 10 finish. The question, stamina. Sarah Fisher has never run a race more than 200 miles. Al Michaels?
Vince, very few things in the world of sport, not just in America, but anywhere, that can compare to the start of the Indianapolis 500. We're ready for it. Let's go upstairs to Bob Jenkins.
Well, 2 days of time trials have called the field of the fastest 33. Here they are on row number 1, the Battle of the Champions, the Indy Racing League Northern Light Series champion Greg Ray and the Kart Series champion Juan Montoya. In row number 2, Scott Sharp in the middle there. He had a clutch problem in the final practice on Thursday. In the third row, outside there, is Robbie Buell, who came from 32nd to finish 6th here a year ago. Back in row number 4 on the inside is Eddie Cheever, who won this race back in 1998. Row number 5, starting in 13th position, is Scott Goodyear, twice a runner-up in this event. In the 6th row, 2 former winners and a rookie. Back in row number 7, we have 2 rookies and a seasoned veteran, the veteran being Stefan Gregoire. In row number 8, the middle of that row, is Richie Hearn. He ran third in the 1996 Indianapolis 500. In row number 9 on the outside, Steve Knapp, who ran third as a rookie here 2 years ago. In row number 10 on the inside is Davey Hamilton, the only driver to start all 33 Indy Racing Northern Lights Series event. And in the last row, Billy Boat, Lynn St. James, and Andy Hillenberg. Lynn St. James makes her 7th Indianapolis 500 start here today. Well, the cars now beginning to make their way down the backstretch. They will go 3 times around, and just sitting in the grandstand before the start of the 500 is a thrill for most. I can't imagine what it's like for our Leslie Goodell, who's in one of the 2001 Oldsmobile Aurora pace cars. What's it like, Leslie?
Bob, to say this is unbelievable would be an understatement. To see nearly 500,000 people on their feet anticipating the start of this race, there's a tremendous sense of excitement that's been building all day. You can literally feel the adrenaline rising. Looking down the front straight as we come around the 4th turn, it's a lot different than what I saw 2 days ago when I drove around an empty Speedway. It's like the track suddenly shrunk. It looks very narrow right now. What else is amazing is we're just getting over 65 miles per hour. They'll be traveling at over 200 miles per hour very shortly. This is unbelievable, and it's obvious this is the calm before the storm.
And let's hope the weather-type storms stay away for just 3 more hours. Some of the stories we'll watch today. Indy Racing Northern Light Series champ Greg Ray against Juan Montoya. Al Unser's first Indy since '94. Sarah Fisher, 19 years old in her first 500. And A.J. Foyt's 3 drivers. He was the winning car owner last year. Perhaps the most vulnerable car part, the gearbox, especially on restarts and coming out of the pit area. Now the cars come down the main straightaway 2 more times around and we'll get the green flag. Al Unser Jr. was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but calls Indianapolis his home. Tom Sneva, let's talk with him in his car.
Al Unser Jr., Tom Sneva in the booth. First of all, welcome back. And second of all, obviously, your thoughts this close to your first start in the last 6 years.
Well, Tom, it's good to hear from you, and I tell you what, I have missed this place so much. To drive around here and see all these people here, this is what it's all about right here. And I just hope we have a good, safe start, and hopefully we can get the 500 miles in.
Have a great race, Al. Good luck.
Thank you.
Do all teams have the same race strategy? Let's find out from our pit reporters. First to Jack Arute.
And Bob, the pit strategy has actually unfolded a little bit differently because of the weather. You could hear it in Al Jr.'s voice. They hoped for 500 miles. Earlier yesterday, they let us sit in on the session. They said they were going to try and make every pit stop under yellow, not get out of sequence with the drivers and not with the other drivers, and not go racing until the final 100 miles. Just about 30 minutes ago, they changed that. They're going to try and carve their way to the front early, Jerry.
And Eddie Cheever had the same philosophy. Try to ride for 100 laps and then race the second 100 laps, but not going to happen. They're going to change it now. Cheever's going to go to the front because of the impending weather. Bob?
Well, the drivers have been surrounded by the fans and media the last 2 weeks. As they come down for the pace lap, we're wondering what they're thinking about. They're now all alone in their cars. And we wonder what their thoughts are a lap away from the green flag.
As you come around the 4th turn, you see the sea of people. The hair stands up on the back of your neck and you get ready for that green flag.
It's like the gun going off for the marathon. It's time to start the endurance race.
Watch out for the wrecks.
Anticipation, concentration, looking forward for the win.
Hang on, be careful, stay on the track.
I just want to feel and see everything and let my brain absorb it all.
You're just waiting for the green flag. You're waiting on the radio for them to tell you go, go, go.
Where to move, where to go, who you're going to pass.
It's time to empty your thoughts, empty your mind.
Excited, a little bit nervous, aggressive, but mostly very focused.
As the pole sitter, I'm not worried about leading the first lap. I'm worried about leading the last lap.